Okay, howdy everybody. Greetings and salutations. I am Vormithrax, here to play some more Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. You know, I do that sometimes, once in a while. A few hours here and there. Happy Monday. So what are we doing? Let me move some screens around here. You go over there. You go away. You, we don't need to worry about you. Okay. So, what are we doing? We're playing a Happy Killmore. Happy Killmore the Third. Still slugging away at our goals. Hopefully we make a little progress on some of the goals, the remaining goals this evening. If I remember right, on Friday we had finished exploring the depths of the lab. You know, the 2 floors that we were allowed. We got a short lab, unfortunately. Only 2 floors, and the finale room was one we're not going to use in any way. So, oh well. Not much we can do about that. So we'll ignore the finale room, and we do still have a little bit more business to finish up in the lab. We got, I think we found 4 barracks that we need to smash into. And then we've got an auto dock we need to go visit for a hacksaw, and probably to shoot a pesky bad nurse. And, yeah, maybe think about throwing some CBMs in. Maybe not. We'll probably wait on that, because we need power gen and power storage and so on. So I don't think I have too many passive CBMs that give bonuses that we might be able to use. But it's a possibility. We'll see. So also, hopefully, we get some bio-operators in some of the labs. That'd be nice. Or some of the barracks, I mean. That'd be cool. That'd be good. We can get some Mark II power storage. I only need like 1 or 2 to get a good start on things. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we might get some bio-operators to play with. Other than that, we are advancing our skills slowly but surely. And we still got some food. Yeah, we got some food. Let's see. Calories, quench joy, shelf life, volume, consume time, freshness, and spoils in. Still don't see my calorie density column. Can't we move like volume over next to calories and then have like calories slash and then their calorie density value or something? Can't we get calorie density in here somewhere? It's all about calorie density. That's the only thing that matters anymore. Why can I not see my calorie density information? Math are hard. I don't want to do the math to know that this is what I should be eating versus that thing. Alright, whatever. I'll keep bringing it up. Maybe somebody eventually will have mercy on me and stick it in here somewhere. So we're okay on food. The plan that I remember that we discussed, we huddled up and we had a war room meeting. We're going to finish the lab here, shouldn't take us long, and then we're going to go north and we're going to, go bother this neighborhood up here. For multiple reasons. We have 2 car showrooms. We're hoping to track down a golf cart in the car showrooms. So that's one thing. And then we've also got a craft shop. We're hoping it's a metalworking craft shop that we can, get some metalworking stuff out of so we can finish modding up our golf cart whenever we do locate it. There's a pawn shop. Might have interesting things. There's a garage. The typical. Hopefully we get a welding rig or something along that lines. And, we're just going to kind of stroll around the neighborhood and see what we can see. Also, a subway station, which I won't need anymore now that we have the hacksaw. But, yeah, that's the plan. So we're going to go up and we're going to mess with that neighborhood up there. If we get what we're hoping for, which is mostly the golf cart, then I do still need a welding rig in order to do most of the modding stuff. But if we can somehow source all that, we will retreat to some location, possibly this garage down here, and do some modding work on the vehicle. And I think the only thing I'll need after that is a golf club. My original list was hockey stick, golf club, and golf cart, and we've picked up a few golf items here and there. There's not much else I can think of that's golf and hockey related in the game. But we'll do what we can. We'll soup up the golf cart in whatever way we can come up with, and then we'll probably go out and find some way to get this character killed off. I don't plan on pursuing end-to-end game type goals with this character, but we'll see if we can find something interesting to go look at or poke our nose into. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. So, hey, how you guys doing? What you doing this fine Monday? Other than hanging out here. Can you reprogram the bad nurse, or is it moved to Aftershock? What do you mean, is it moved to Aftershock? Oh, you mean the reprogramming part? I don't believe there's a way to reprogram the bad nurse. You either get a good one or you get a bad one. I'm not aware of a way to reprogram the bad nurse. At least I don't remember one. Yeah. I don't... the number of times I do CBM stuff and have to worry about the nurses is... I don't know, it's not infrequent, but it's not too often, and I don't usually care. I just shoot the nurse and go about my business. The bonuses they give are so minuscule that I don't care. So, good, bad, whatever. Just shoot her, get rid of her, and then you don't have to worry about it. So, yeah. Everything looking okay? I think I had to adjust a few things right before we went live, so everything seems to be fitting on screen properly. I think we're okay there. Stream isn't loading. Totally you. It's totally you, Tom. I'm assuming. Let me go check on my own thing here. Channel. Mute me before I double speak. Yeah, we're fine on my end. No problems. Yeah, Control Laptop is absolutely an Aftershock now. That I can answer 100%. Control Laptop is gone in vanilla. No Control Laptoping anything. So, if that was the only way to do it, then that's no longer possible. Sure, we could find an Autodoc house. It's a fairly hard one to track down, just randomly. Now that there's so many different basements. Usually, it's easier just to track down a lab or track down a bunker, one of the new style bunkers. That's typically where I end up going when I've got some CBMs I need to install. Unfortunately, both bunkers we got so far were the old style, which I guess unfortunately, lots of guns and ammo. We got some unfortunate configurations of the guns and ammo, so we didn't quite get some of the combos I needed. It was a little weird what things they gave us. But, yeah. So, not a big deal. We got access to one in the lab, and they're not hard to find when you know where to look and you've got a vehicle. Plus, you can find them in doctor's offices. There's a couple of variants of the doctor's office that has the Autodoc. I still, at some point, I need to do that hospital, that new hospital that we have seen. So I definitely want to do a full investigation of that new hospital. It was just broke. We tried to go to it, and I was going to poke my nose into it, but it was broke. So hopefully it gets fixed. And we can explore the intricacies of the very, very tall hospital at some point in the future. Man, that is way up there. So we'll give it a go at some point. Okay, so I remember we had finished the lower floor. We only got 2 floors in this lab, unfortunately. The finale is useless to me, so I'm not going to bother. Then we came back up top to kind of, I guess, re-outfit or something, and then to get the pickaxe, really. And then we were going to go back down and get the barracks. So we've marked a few on the surf floor. We've got the bionic vault there. Torsion ratchet, or joint torsion, and then single barracks. But on the lower floor, there were like 3 barracks. So we had a barracks there, and a barracks there. In addition to the Autodoc right there. And that's the finale. So, all we really need to make sure we have is the pickaxe. That's the one mandatory item. Which is going in some pocket. I assume the hiking backpack. My western boots are still holding a ton of stuff. My tool belt's got a bunch of stuff. You know, good times. What's in the western boots? my cell phone, my cash cards, my lighter, my earplugs, some batteries, and some drugs. There's some fine, fancy things, them Western boots, let me tell you. Yeah, there's just crazy stuff all over the place. So one thing I wanted to point out, I had somebody ask, and I did some looking, and I don't use this stuff myself because I've got multiple thousands of hours of muscle memory in inventory manipulation and moving around screens and so on. So I tend not to use these in the live stream challenge modes. They are here, though, and I want to make sure people actually at least know they're possible. But so did you know you can prioritize your storage? So if you want your hiking backpack to get the priority and have anything you pick up go there first, if you open the hiking backpack screen, you have right here pocket auto pickup settings, and then you've got different pockets. Is this only for the pocket priority, or is this for anything you pick up? Actually, I didn't think about that. I didn't look into that. I wonder if that only prioritizes use of the pockets within that item, but it doesn't send items directly to that particular thing, or is that... Yeah, I'm not sure. I might have to look into that a little further. Priority item category whitelist blacklist. Well, however, so you can hit P for priority, and then you can enter a priority so that it goes to one place over the others. How useful that is within a single object, I'm not sure. My thought was to, if I go to pick up a random thing, I want it to go generally always into my hiking backpack. So, I'm not sure if that actually does it. I know about the favoriting system and all that. Why do you not always favorite stuff? I already answered that question.
4 months. Love the stream, Vorm.
Because I don't care about it. Because I don't need it. Because I can move through the inventory faster than lightning anyway, and I really don't care. So, there are tons and tons of little nooks and crannies of the interface that are useful to people, and I'm happy they're in the game, and I could care less about them. I don't use them because I've never used them, and I have literally 3,000 plus hours of playing the game without them, and I'm not interested in adding them to my repertoire at this point of gameplay. So, I'm happy to mention them to people so they know that they're there and they can take advantage of them, but I couldn't care less. Same thing with zones. Vorm, why don't you use zones? I don't care. I don't need them. Whatever. I don't need zones. Zones are great. I'm glad they're in the game. I'm happy to show people zones, but I have never once, that I can remember, used zones in any of my live stream challenges. I made the tutorial video on zones. That's the only time I've ever touched them. And I've somehow managed to stay alive and stay sane without ever using them. Largely because I don't collect that much stuff anymore. I mean, you guys know me and my Humvee, and that's all I really need. Why do I need zones when I need a few cargo spaces and I'm good? Zones are great for farming. Yes, they are, as demonstrated in my video. I think they've changed somewhat, and they've undergone some enhancements or additions and all that. But, yeah, I get comments like that fairly often. Vorm, why don't you use this cool thing or that cool thing or the other cool thing? I'm too set in my ways at this point. I'm just an old curmudgeonly guy who's played the game way, way, way more than any sane human should. And I just know the basic interface stuff so well that it doesn't really save me any time. Stopping to think about how to use it and doing it is going to take up more time than it's going to save me. Just from interrupting my normal flow. So, happy it's there. All the things that they add are good things, usually. And I'm glad that there's player choices and options for interface management and inventory management and all that stuff. But some of it's just not for me. Okay. What was I talking about? I was getting my stuff together, I think. So we're rolling around with the HK. Let's get that thing reloaded from the main stockpile here. That's that stupid robot in that room right there. Alright, so we're reloaded. We've got 75 extra rounds. That'll take care of whatever we find. I don't have a problem with winged zombies. What's the issue with winged zombies? Why are those a problem? There's a very specific reason they're now winged zombies, and that's just to eliminate roofs as a complete safe spot, barring the zombies and their puzzling building destructo powers they inherit as soon as you go up on a roof. I still have never seen an explanation for why all of a sudden standard zombies are knocking walls down as soon as they see you go up on a roof. So I have updated the newest experimental. I haven't looked at all the details all the changes in detail. Looked like a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and I didn't see too many new features, functions, or changes that I would really care about. It's got to be the priority screen, I assume. So, got to be this pocket auto pickup settings. But now, when I looked at it just now, it occurred to me that that seems to be specifying which pocket within that item, if you ever send things to that item, not picking the hiking backpack over other storage options when you auto pick up stuff or say to pick up stuff. So, I'm not sure. I haven't looked into that stuff in detail. It could be a combination of favoriting and I don't know. I don't use the options, so I don't know them real well. Maybe the auto pickup rules. No, that just assigns it to auto pickup. I don't know. I am not sure. If I was planning on using it, I would care more. Howdy, howdy, Billy Shark. I haven't actually had an experience with the winged zombies on a different Z level yet, so I've only seen a few on the ground level. So my issue or my concern with them when I first heard about them was that they would behave like wasps, where you're out in a completely open field with not a structure or tree or anything in sight anywhere, just flat ground as far as the eye can see, and you're walking along, and all of a sudden you're being attacked by a wasp, who just happened to be an inch above the Z level sight line, and you couldn't see them, even though he was obviously directly near you. But because he was on the next Z level up, you were unable to actually know he was in the area, and he would just essentially decloak and start attacking you. That was my worry. I haven't seen any instances of that yet. So far, they've all been on the same Z level as me that I know about. So I don't know if that's a problem or not. Alright, so 2 grenades, that's one more than I usually carry. I threw a few when we were, messing around with the finale, trying to see if I could grenade a few of the robots in there, but eventually it wasn't working out so well. My throwing of 2 kept dropping the grenade right next to me, and I said, alright, that's enough of that nonsense. I'm going to get myself killed if I keep doing this, so let's not bother, because there's nothing in there I want. So, yeah, I don't plan on using the grenades anyway, so... Pickaxe is the only thing for sure we needed to pick up. The rest of this... we need to drop some of these food items. Where's I got storage? 29, 39, and 15. Alright, you are volunteered to hold all of this stuff. We'll keep to serve man. That's our precious, precious book. Alright, if we get much bulk stuff, we'll reorient. But hit point wise, we're fine. Very little pain. No real negative effects to worry about. So I think we'll just head right back in and get things rolling. I could use a 3D field of view feature. I've known about it for a very long time, and I've not used it a single time, and I don't ever plan on using it, so... They either need to institute it or not institute it. Not bootstrap, use some functions, not use other features and functions and so on. So I just plan to never use that feature unless they actually decide to work on it and make it do something without being stupidly abusable. I haven't heard of any change to it ever in the entire time it's been around. Maybe it's happened and I just wasn't paying attention, but yeah, I don't know if they ever plan on working that and actually incorporating it into the game, or if it's just a sideshow feature that's going to be stuck in that debug menu forever. Winged zombies just leap like hunters or predators? Alright. Hunters and predators had their leap distance drop significantly? That's weird. Can they leap vertically, though? Can they go from a ground floor up to the roof? Is it that kind of leap? Or is it only horizontal leaps? Alright, let's go with the headlamp. We don't need the night vision. Down we go. Really? Really? Oh, that's right. We had lost our map memory, and then I only used this tiny portion of it to... Alright. You smoke cloud. I only use this tiny portion of the map to get to this downstairs to go to the second floor. I guess I should go grab those, but we'll do that. We'll go bottom up. Bottoms up. Alright, so that's the finale right next to me, right there. We're ignoring that. Should have a gasoline fuel cell up here, which we do want to go get, so activate pickaxe. Ignore. I couldn't tell you. I've heard that it's got pretty bad performance negatives. The Z level abuse is the main one, but performance negatives and all that kind of stuff. You can fight from a roof without being attacked. You can fight from any Z level above without being attacked. Just hold the tab key down and everything dies that's adjacent and a level below you. So step up to the edge of the roof, hold the tab key down, and everything dies. It's just crazy abusable, and the game wasn't designed with that ability in mind, and until they either incorporate aspects of it to compensate or to balance it, I just have no interest. So they're getting there. They're getting things added, but it's going to be a while, I think. Like I said, I haven't heard of any plans or any news on that potentially being changed anytime soon. Alright, that corner way up there. There's a lot of activity I'm hearing. What are they fighting? Robot? Shouldn't take that much for them to kill one of the grenade-chucking robots. Turret? Same thing. Turret would be firing back. What the hell are they fighting? I can't think what they're fighting. Yeah, but they should be able to kill the grenade, the manhack robot. And with Z levels on, they have had plenty of time to do it. I'm just trying to figure out what could they possibly be fighting. Mole rat? They might have a problem killing a mole rat, a small number of them. But mole rats are usually in the one where the door's destroyed and you've got free access. But I can't think of what else might stay alive long enough. I guess we're going to find out. I'm curious. Let's go switch out to the rifle. Let's drop... having a hotkey problem. I'm playing so much 7 Days to Die, my fingers aren't hotkey doing the right ones anymore. Drop. I'm having to think about what I'm pressing, which is weird. Alright, activate. Let's see. Now let's do this the right way. Let's... Erg. Alright, now that we got it nice and dark, I'll take advantage of it. Oh, they finally kill it, whatever it was. I am curious. Bunch of low-level zombies? Really? Huh, with light. Low-level zombies might have had a problem killing the grenade-chucking robot. I was expecting soldiers. So these guys might have had an issue. Let's swap out weapons again. Got me in my eyes. Alright, drag that out of the doorway so we can still close it. Of course, every time we get tapped, they've all got super long fingernails apparently, so no matter what kind of armor we've got, 1 hit point of damage equals bleeding. It's all bleeding. Bleeding, bleeding, bleeding. Doesn't matter what kind of damage they inflict. Bash damage, bleed. Cut damage, bleed. Piercing damage, bleed. More bash damage, more bleeding. What's with all the bleeding, damn it? Somebody just really enamored with bleeds? Really wanted their contribution to be noticed? It seems like we're bleeding a little too much. Flesh Raptors, are they in the basic game? I have not encountered any, unless they're a brand new thing, and or from a mod. I've never seen a Flesh Raptor. Until we know what else is in here, let's switch back. Yep, there's the grenade-chucking robot. It was just the low-level zombies trying to kill the riot dispatch. Excuse me. So, riddle solved. Soldier zombies wouldn't have had that problem. Soldiers and bio-ops would have chunked it down really quickly. So, low-level zombies against the riot dispatch. That's why I was puzzled. I'm not used to seeing these low-level other zombie types in there. How about I deny that misspelling there in Kulaf? We'll go ahead and block that one out. Ah, so it's part of the flying zombie replacement stuff. All right. Well, what was what was the big problem with the flying zombies? Just general outcry, or was there some kind of actual issue that was trying to be resolved? Because they sure didn't stay around long in their original form. The heck? Alright, the care? Nope. Well, I do kind of care. Okay. Berg. Maybe we'll grab some of those, maybe not. So we'll see what else we find. So we could have... Arg. Alright, no light. That's what I want. Bird mutant player couldn't fly, but similar zombies could. I could probably come up with some that were more hated, but more hated by me anyway. No turret. Bunch of irritating smoke in my face, though. That'll be a little annoying. What do we got? Rivtech. Rivtech. I'm still waiting for my my Barrett magazine. So some 8x40 ammo, more 8x40 ammo, and stuff I can't see. That's the machine gun, right? Yeah, submachine gun. No thanks. Never use it. Yeah, light machine gun, but no ammo. I think that's all I care about. Butcher. Everything. That is it. Skin a Kevlar Zombie, huh? So we got thumping noises. Footsteps. All right. Out again. Finding funny, I was hoping for bio-operators with the evolution settings I've got, and I got low-level early zombies. Oh, there's another dead robot. We got soldiers this time. Can't stand that you can't see into a room like that with the way the lighting works. Makes me crazy every time I see it. Pretty much the same problem, or same list as last time. Combat boots, haul. Combat boots, tech boots. Oops. Oops. More stuff. Hey, Barrett magazines. Alright, we got our long gun finally. And a little more 8x40. Most of the rest, and a jet injector. Most of the rest I don't care about. Barrett mag. I think that was the only other thing I was looking for, right? Just the Barrett mag? Mm-hmm. Okay, we are a tad bit overweight. Just a smidge. We're gonna head back up, drop a bunch of stuff off, and then we'll cover those last two. We're up over there. going to be a bit of a volume problem, I think I'm going to leave... leave that stuff there. Leave all the Kevlar out here, even the leather. We'll try to use it up before we leave, without storing it. That's probably enough MREs to chuck around as well. $130 out of $160. Alright, so we still got some space. Down, please. Alright, next up. That we already got as well. We just got the Barracks and the auto dock. Alright, we're not going to try to hack our way in. We're just going to go right through the glass. And if I'm not going to use the auto dock right now, we don't need to worry about the nerf. Which is your favorite power generation CBM and why? I'm not sure I have a favorite, really. It's usually catch as catch can. Whatever one I come up with first is my favorite. I don't really care usually. Any power generation is fine. Almost any. Some are a little too slow to be practically useful, like joint torsion ratchet really doesn't do much, but oh god, I don't want to lug that thing around. We'll leave that for now. We got the most important thing. But I don't know, gasoline burner's fine, battery's fine, but it's a little different from my viewpoint because it's so easy for me to get any resource I need. I know where everything's at, and it's easy for me to get to as soon as I have any kind of a vehicle. So with the abundance of resources, it really makes no difference to me. Enjoyed the Magic Mute run. Got a bit choked up at the end, though. I can't talk about that kind of stuff. People might be watching that haven't actually finished the series, so I can't comment. Glad you enjoyed it, though. Or are enjoying it. Yeah, they've had that little notification up there for a while now. I don't remember exactly when it got added. It helps for you can see it when you're anytime you're doing a continuous task. So you can see it when you're reading a book. You'll see your progress going along. It used to be you could only see your progress here, and if you were playing music, this would just be a massive wall of music messages. And maybe, depending on the speed of your computer, you might be able to see the percentages fly by. But usually I could barely ever tell what my progress was until they added that box. So What do we got here? We got a Kevlar Zombie. Look at that. Run! Turn on light. Run some more. Keep running. Take the ID card. I don't really want anything else. Yeah, we got all that as well. So you're telling me if I butcher this guy up, which I cannot do right now because I don't have a sheet, not even the quick butcher, right? Wait a minute, what did I turn on? Headlamp. Oh, I have to have light on too. Never mind. You have to skin it specifically? Ah, I see, skin corpse. I don't think I've seen that option before. I'm not invested enough in needing those things to bother getting the tools and everything they need down here to skin a corpse. I'm sure it's not going to let me do it with just 15 minutes. 15 butchery. You need skill and an appropriately sharp and precise knife to do a good job. Well, I guess it will let me. I thought I was going to need a plastic sheet or something. You harvest tainted hides and Kevlar sheets. How many Kevlar sheets? 255. Really? Now that I always forget. How many do I need for? Because I need a panel. 16 sheets per panel. I guess that is quite a few. That is a real big quite a few. That's what, like 15 Kevlar panels or something like that. Math is hard, but yeah, that's a hell of a lot more than I remember getting anywhere else. How much do these things weigh? More than I can probably carry. Hardly anything. That seems weird. Sheet of Kevlar synthetic fabric, suitable for making cut-resistant durable clothing. In this form, unlike rigid plates, it can be stitched. $255 of these only weigh less than a liter and less than 3 pounds. That seems weird. For what you're going to make out of it, that seems weird. Alright. Good to know. New go-to source. Go visit the local research facility, kill 6 or 7 Kevlar zombies, and then... So does a Kevlar Hulk have like 100,000 Kevlar sheets? Kevlar Hulks are better but harder to deal with. More bullets. Or the same application of, you know, bumper damage. Spetsnaz. I think I'm going to stop picking up boots and all that now. I probably have enough to finish up the few things I needed. So this is mostly just a courtesy check to see if any of the rare items actually show up, like the night vision. And the martial arts manuals. I don't want to finish breaking those doors down. Alright, am I the only light in here? Yes, I am. Hey there, Coquette. Thanks very much for the Prime sub. Welcome. Let's go ahead and pickaxe our way in. I'm just happy we got our Barrett mag. Now we've got a long gun we can use. Turret again. Don't care, don't care. A minigun. Hey, the scout rifle. Look at that. Now we got the Rift-X sniper rifle. We got another long gun. If I've got a magazine that'll work with it. I'm not sure I picked up any small Rift-X mags. Another Barrett mag. Don't need another one. We're good. More 8x40. Not terrible. Sure, I guess. Done picking up MREs that I'll never use. Uh-oh. Somebody's getting crazy over there. Hey, Ardent. 25 emotes shared. Did I get an emote? Oh, I got an emote. Oh. You. Alright, I think that's the last bong for the moment. Thanks very much for the generosity, Ardent. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. Have some moose. Free moose salute. Okay, I can't carry this without putting a strap on it. We could do that fairly easily. Let's go put a strap on it. I do want to take the scout rifle with me. It's small and cool. Okay, so yeah, we're done here. What would change to labs that make them more difficult? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Problem is they're used so extensively for both beginning of game scenario locations as well as the intention to be mid-late game locations. So if you make them inherently difficult for the late game stuff, you basically make the scenario starting stuff roughly impossible. So I don't know. It would be a tough way or a tough thing to balance. I think that's why there's not been really a change to them. I think they're overused for content in the game. I get a lot of questions or a lot of comments on my YouTube videos. Not another lab start. You're in labs again. Why are you doing labs again? Well, that's where they put all the stuff. Spread the stuff around. So I think for a long time, labs were like the penultimate location to go to in the game. And now they're kind of stuck in this weird position of... I want to say they're too easy. I mean, obviously they're too easy for me, but I mean, for brand new players, they're still pretty hella dangerous. So I'm way out of perspective with the new player experience. I don't know if new players consider labs hard or not anymore. They're way, way easier than they used to be. You know, back in the day, they were just ridiculously harder than they are now. But, I don't know. The game has a distinct problem with lack of mid to end game content and danger. It's been an endemic problem for the game since I've been playing it. So I don't know. And I maintain that it's trapped within its own number system. I really wish I could get somebody to listen to me about changing the basic number system. And maybe they can't. Maybe the reason nobody's talking to me about it or ignoring me is because it's all hard-coded into the core setup and programming, and then it's not possible. But the number system is just too small. The game has grown too varied to be contained within the tiny number system that it is using as its base gameplay engine. And what I mean by that is stats only going to 10 or 15 or so, and skills only going to 8 or so. Multiply everything by 10. Have stats go to 100. Have skills go to 100. Have damage go to 1,000. Just expand the number group. Multiply every damn number in the game by 10 if you have to. Pick some variable, I don't care. But make the number chains and the number groups larger so that within those groups you now have room to fit different systems, and you can do balancing that makes more sense. Because right now, you add an item to the game, you have to assign it stats within a very small range of numbers. And no matter what stat you give it, it's going to make some other thing look totally stupid or irrelevant as soon as you do that. Or 10 other things stupid and irrelevant. There's just too much in the game now. It's just a massive amount of variety in the game, and no matter what you do to it, you're constrained by this tiny numbering system that all the stuff is built on. Back when the game was simple, in early stages, it was all designed this way. But that was before we had 14 quadzillion guns in the game and every goddamn melee weapon known to man from the early prehistory days. And there's just so much stuff modeled in the game now, and it's all within this tiny, tiny little numbering system, and there's no variability. There's no way to escalate beyond that tiny little number. So, yeah, I just don't know if it's possible. I suspect it's not possible, that they can't make that kind of a change, but I don't know for sure. So, I think everything should be multiplied. Multiply it all. Why stick with just one thing? Why multiply just skills out? Make stats go to 100. Why do stats have to be in a range of effectively 0 to 12 or 14? Why? So, yeah. There's lots of reasons. I've puzzled through it. I've played a ridiculous amount of games in my life. I'm not a young guy, and I've been gaming since the 1970s. So that gives you an idea of my age. I started playing Dungeons & Dragons in the 1970s. And I started computer gaming in the 70s. So I've been around for a while, and gaming has been my number one time waster and hobby for that entire time. And I've played all things in all flavors, at least to some extent, and some things heavily. So, I've played literally dozens of different role-playing systems and computer game systems and so on. I know my systems, I know my numbers, I know my math, and that's why I have a good handle on these kinds of games and the balancing and all that kind of stuff. But it's just, it's a gameplay system that has outgrown its basic numbering, its numerology. So it needs to change in order to keep expanding, because otherwise it's just going to... I don't know. You can't really tell a difference anymore between one weapon and another. There are 14 variants that all provide the same thing because they all have the same numbers, because they're not allowed to go 1 or 2 numbers higher, because that would then render these other things irrelevant and useless. And yeah, it's just, the numbering system itself needs an overhaul. Alright, so there you go. Kind of an odd tangent I went off on there for the question of how would I make labs more difficult. But that's part of the problem, is there's just no room for things to get bigger, to get stronger, to get more dangerous, because all the creatures have to have a very tightly contained range of stats and abilities and damage levels and so on. So I did have to roll my own dice back in the day. Them damn things were lying cheaters back then too, let me tell you. I loved those games where lower numbers were better. Those were my favorites. I was really enamored with any game that you wanted to roll low. That was my thing. Alright. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't have a direct answer, a simple answer for how to make labs harder. More diverse zombie population, but you run into thematic issues when you just toss weird stuff into them. So, trying to adhere to the storyline and the lore and quote-unquote realism with a Z versus just making it challenging, I don't know. It's really hard to say. It's also not helped by the cookie-cutter puzzle-like nature of how the labs are put together, the randomization patterns, where it's all just a set of squares, and the squares are all set in their design, but they just get get slatted together in different versions with certain rules applying to what can and can't connect. But yeah, I mean, removing the turrets from the labs, while it probably needed to happen, that vastly reduced the danger of labs. Right now, you can just skate through labs so easy. With even a little tiny bit of knowledge and experience in labs, you can just roll right through them with almost no danger. Which is why I crank my lab escape type stuff up to just ridiculous levels and still survive them, because it's just, yeah, it's a big conversation. I don't have a simple answer.